tape is rolling.
You're gonna subject me to that.
Yeah, gonna subject you to that shit.
Full of stuff.
Getting ready to roll the intro. Today is Thursday.
Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia, and no other freaking better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than the dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
This is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
That's right. Bringing you our own brand of news forever and a day right here inside Trinity Avatar. Welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is Thirsty Thursday here. December 7th, sorry. October.
What month are you on, man?
Pearl Harbor Day.
Pearl Harbor Day,
Yes.
2017, right here inside Trinity Avatar. And of course, a day that will live in infamy. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes,
Indeed.
it's one of my ex-girlfriend's birthdays. That's why it lives in infamy.
Ah. Yeah.
But there's a reason she's an ex. So, yeah. But, yeah, we do have
Now,
some...
see, all your exes do live in Texas, right?
Actually, no. One's in Sweden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I don't want to know about that.
that one was weird. But, yeah.
Don't know nothing about that. You have to tell me the backstory on that one later.
Oh, you'll laugh hysterically because it's...
Tell us the front story, too.
Yeah, well. Botox,
there's some interesting
Marguerite.
stories there.
Maddie, how y'all doing out there today? Thanks for joining us in chat. And of
Yes,
course, thanks
and
everybody
Slinger.
else joining us. Of course, today's tweet just went out. And of course, people are going, oh shit, I'm missing Lunch with Laz and Jack. I'm seeing people tuning in as we
No, they're not
get
saying
rolling here today.
See what they're
Well,
really
you
doing
know,
is they're tuning in just so that way they can go to sleep.
Well, you know, hey, if we help alleviate your sleep problems, you know,
That's
and we
right.
put you to sleep, and that's what works for you, hey, we're doing
Right.
something right now. Of course, all the real important people are tuned in here in Discord with us, but
Right. What I'm talking about.
But,
except for Led Zepp.
Yeah, Led Zepp doesn't know what
Fix that by that guy.
He can't
We
figure out how to
we
log
just
in.
can never lock the door on this guy. He always finds his way back in. I don't know. Yeah.
Who's that? Donnie Brasco?
Yeah,
Well,
that too.
depends.
Damn it.
Wrong buttons there.
It's a period.
It never works for me. Is it? Oh, okay.
Operator error, man.
Eat my leg.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Alrighty, anyway. There we go.
Now people figure it out.
Moving right along.
So
One
we,
day I'll figure out how to do that.
we do have
It's
lots
me.
of
Agree.
With the proper pubic penis.
See, I can do it without like having weird things.
Well, we're waiting.
We're
We're
waiting.
waiting.
We're waiting.
And Justin's message.
Waiting for
Hey,
today's show.
She's waiting for today's show, and we do have a stand-up corner. We do have some Shroud math. We have the
Oh,
continuation.
do we have
of,
some Shroud math?
Yo.
Shroud math. It will make you want to like do weird things to your body that involves possibly putting your head in a microwave trying to activate some brain cells for long periods of time. Oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot about people listening to the Ether Amplifier. Hi, Justin. Yeah.
Oh,
Gix, how do you forget about those?
Gix is asking.
So Gix, in order to make sounds on the NBNN soundboard, you put a period in front of the sound effect, and then you type in the name. So it would be like .fart, .moo, .shotgun, .ripped_off.
Ah, yes, his head's been ripped off. I'll get you another.
You can do just .list.
You gotta ask yourself a question.
That's right.
There's a dot list. Okay.
Dot list.
Oh,
One.
Gix,
Dot list
you're
two.
right.
I took the wrong week to quit drinking.
Oh, man.
We do have stand-up corner. We do have other weird things, and pretty soon we should have the Q1 post as well.
Well, hopefully we'll have that by the time release 49 hits.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe later. So you ready
maybe.
for stand-up corner?
Oh, but of course.
Are you positive?
Let's tell them about what the devs are working on down in the office.
Don't forget, stand-up corners where the devs say, hey, I worked on this yesterday, I worked on this today. Something random gets written down, eventually gets posted to the interwebs, and we get to interpret it so you don't have to. And Justin wants everybody to type in period OMP.
There you go.
Then hit enter.
Didn't
One
work.
moment, please.
Thank you.
There we go.
So-
Somebody got it.
Yes.
Yeah, you go. I got you, baby. I got you.
Yep.
Man, oh man.
And Sater is saying that he sold so much stuff on Shroud Marketplace that it's pushed him to a higher tax bracket. Then don't forget. So this is Hump Day's stand-up corner, whereas today is Torta Thursday. So over in the art department, we
Now,
did have-
Sater, I know that really hurts your feelings
Yeah, it
that you
does.
selling so much on Shroud Marketplace.
Yeah, I sold so much on Shroud Marketplace it pushed me into a tax bracket.
Into
That's
That's right.
a write-off, ain't it? It's a write-off. What are you talking about?
Bob the Builder.
Charity? It's charity.
Working on
Cult of Bob.
the Watermill home. He's modeling
That
it after
sounds cool.
the one on Castleton.
Oh, that's very cool.
No, I don't know that. I'm just making that part up.
I wouldn't be surprised. I
Whereas-
stayed in the watermill.
Yeah, so have I. Damon, he's working on spells, visual effects, and bugs,
Bug.
and character review.
Oh, better watch out. Those characters are going to be under review, folks.
Yeah, Fletcher.
Which?
He's working on the character review and telethon weapons. Whereas the
More
Ugly Fist,
wands, more staves,
more everything.
more bows.
More everything, yeah.
Sorry, Arius. I know.
Ugly Fist is working on animals and character review
Animals.
and technical assets update.
Yes, it's.
Yeah, then the almighty Gix Vargatch. Matt finally figuring out how to work on the soundboard as he works on the character review and staff animations and bow animation updates. Reed, he's working on optimizations and decoration preparation.
Ration what?
Preparation H.
Preparation. Yes. Scotty.
Unzip it.
Scotty Jones, the storyteller.
He's working on community assets and cloth
Ooh,
map
big one,
feedback
yeah.
revisions.
Yeah, the cloth map.
And we've got to get that
Fairy
cloth
tales. Fairy tales. I don't believe it exists.
Well,
It doesn't yet.
Yeah. I keep looking at the mailbox.
yeah.
We'll let you know when they ship that. And then, of course, a week later, we'll let you know when they've shipped again, just to remind you to keep an eye out in your mailbox.
Still nothing. Still nothing.
Yeah. Over in design, Seawolf.
Seawolf.
He's working on Elysium mine spawning and lighting.
Am I getting an option?
Well, what they're
getting
really
an
trying to
option?
do is they're trying to say,
Suck it, miners.
that's what they're trying to do.
Well, we know.
Suck
that.
it, miners.
Actually, according to everything I'm reading, they're actually adding resources to the world. But hey, we tell them they don't pay attention. You know that. You know. When we find all those really nice spots and everybody's going, you know, well, I don't know where this is. I'm going to say, we told you. Anyway.
Yes. Whereas Damien, he's working on
Damien.
bugs
Bug.
and Blood River outskirts polish. Dan the man.
Dan the man, Brendan.
He's working on Elysium mines, puzzles, and general spawning. Then Sanyo, he's working on random encounter quests and release 49 tasks. Lum the Mad. He's working on quests. Quests.
Need more quests.
He's questing upon the poop deck.
I
It's a
do
good
not
song.
know what you're talking about.
So it's an awesome song. I mean, what's not to love about that song? And then Sorcerer Steve, he's working on general spawning and traps.
More traps.
Yeah, over in tech, Dr. Bobby,
The little Bobby Thompson's back in town.
working on some experience notifications and deed privacy options. Yeah, Eric is working on AI updates. Wizard Smoke is working on the Compass user interface data integration and exceptions and bugs.
Bug.
The Deathbringer one and only is working on bugs
Bug.
and performance. Then, let's see. Where is that? The Burning Toad?
The burn.
He's working on QA builds and bugs
Bug.
and the crown price data.
Gotta get those crown prices in line.
You mean the market hasn't dropped out on those? I mean, it's almost like it's a...
No, it was getting the, I believe that's related to getting the store matched up with
Yeah,
the crowns
it is.
in-game thing.
It
Yeah.
is.
Kill it.
But I'm waiting for the in-game gold price of a crown to actually match what they should be matching.
Yeah, never happened.
I know. Not even going to come close. Whereas Taslo, he's working on... I'm sorry, Corey, the Rock, he's working on
Core.
Epic Data Meeting and in-game map functions and player town maps.
Mhm.
Then Taslo, he's working on metric support and logging
Metric.
and Steam support.
I get $3,000 every once in a while for Coda, so I'm not complaining.
It's pretty awesome. And Black Sun support.
Buy for 1,000, sell for 3. Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Works for me. And data cleanup. Over in Studio Services, Barrick, he's working
Barrick.
on community and Travian meeting and Spotlight and user data requests and survey review.
That's right. New town spotlight was announced.
Yeah. Then the Attenwood sanity testing and account definition report and Jira testing. Chaos is working on Crown Shop generic vendors and customer
Generic
service
vendors.
and accounts and physical goods data and Epic data.
A lot of epic stuff going on in there.
Yeah, just a little epic. Yeah,
We're
Serafina.
just a little epic today.
Yeah, Serafina working on customer
Dun,
service,
dun,
Jira
dun.
testing, and Epic data meeting.
Wonderful. Customer service.
Useless overhead. We have the Dippy Bird Unity testing
The bird.
and breaking.
Still updating.
Yes.
Yeah, I
next
think
update.
there's just always one of them progress bars in one of his given monitors at any time. Or something's constantly updating.
It's a Windows update. But they're still running Windows 7 internally in the office. Yeah. Gorn is working on general business and Epic Data meeting.
Epic Data meeting.
Uber data.
Getting more epic by the line.
Maybe those epics will actually be epic.
Maybe.
Maybe. And then after that, we have Hutch working on asset cleanup. He didn't wipe it properly. Requires a lot of cleanup. Cleanup in aisle 3.
Indeed.
So Laz, today, like, your mic is like right in front of your face. It's like, hold on.
Yeah.
We have to do the last
It's
show.
always in front of my face. Yeah,
This
I
is not
have to make a decision of, do I want to be able to see the screen over there? Do I want to be able to be heard? So while you're reading, it really don't matter. I can actually read the screen.
Okay. Yeah. And
otherwise, I do that, and then the mic is in front of the screen. You know, it's a compromise.
Character review and bugs.
Bug.
You need to get one that like hangs down from the ceiling.
A boom.
Yeah.
A boom.
Then terrain update.
Boom.
Bang. Oh yeah.
Then Sasha, Black Sun support and Travian meeting in metrics and general business. Last but not least, the Dark Star's working on the meetings and weekly updates in Q1 post, in Release 49 post, and forums. And that's what our devs said they were working on yesterday. Q1 post.
49.
Yeah.
Yes.
Q1 post, Release 49 post. I mean, last week he teased
Well, we
us
know
with
they're coming,
a
and
launch announcement. Yeah.
yeah, we know that the clock is ticking on the actual announcement. That is right.
Yeah, another
And
week and a half.
we eagerly await the announcement of the
Hey, stop
launch
that,
date.
Stop that.
And of course, there's lots and lots of other people out there just waiting for this thing to go gold. And again, one of those things I tell people is all those empty lots that you see out there, there are deeds sold for all those lots.
Yeah, but
That's all I can tell you.
we still need a means of acquiring in-game deeds.
Well, don't get
for-
me started
for-
on that.
Because it's like, if you really look at it, the number of place anywhere deeds that are used to claim POT deeds or POT lots, it's a lot of them. But yeah.
Well, that was something we figured to begin with. I mean, I know
Yeah.
I'm using several of them.
Kill
Yeah.
the raffle. The raffle sucks. Raffle's stupid.
You playing with the kitty cat?
Yeah, Kitty's been in my lap this entire show, and it's one where...
Show us the kitty.
Oh,
Yes.
so Marguerite wants to see the kitty.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
There you go. Oops. I just lost my phone. So Kitty
That's
does.
okay. Ain't going far.
Yeah.
That's a big pussy.
Okay, so we'll hold the kitty like this and see how long. But if you notice,
Forever. Never put the kitty down.
she's got my shirt. So
Unzip it.
now she's licking my fingers. But yes,
Oh, sure that's your finger?
I'm kind of positive.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
I'm not
I-
to show that on
I
camera.
don't know if you really want a cat licking your genitalia. Your sandpaper tongue.
Yeah, it's rough.
Led Zeppelin.
They have
speaks
spiky
French.
tongues.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up with that?
So if you're looking closer, you can actually see the cat licking my finger.
Yep.
So,
So, what do you think?
now she's
you-
eating my hand.
Do you think the crowd is ready for a little shroud math?
Shroud math might confuse them. I don't know why it might ever confuse anybody. Shroud math.
Because yeah,
Shroud math.
just a little in depth here to give you an explanation of what's happening.
So don't forget that there is an incoming soft cap on XP that's going to be about 1 million XP
1
an hour.
million experience points.
And in order to actually deal with
1
that,
million experience.
somebody has decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and institute a soft cap, and I'm going to publish the design metrics for it.
I don't like it when it's soft.
So, we ready for this?
As ready as we're gonna be.
Are you positive? Okay, so
No.
detailed explanation on the math behind the experience point soft cap. According to Chris, I call it a soft cap because the experience you gain decreases once you hit 1 million an hour, but it doesn't go away. Also, it doesn't have some count. It doesn't have some count that resets once an hour. Okay. Some tech design explanations coming up, so don't freak if you don't understand. Going to talk about the challenges and then the implementation. Design and tech requirements. Or the soft cap is that it reduces applied experience once player exceeds roughly 1 million XP an hour over time. Number 2, it must run on the server and be managed by the server. Duh. And it must not be reset by logging out for a few seconds and then back in again.
About a minute.
What happens if I take a 5-minute smoke break?
That's simple enough math. I mean, you as soon as it goes into effect, you set a running timer. But now, of course, let's see, because again, he says it doesn't reset every hour, so I got to figure out how that works. You know, because you got to start and stop a timer at some point in time in order for that to work.
Yeah,
so.
it's gonna be interesting. Shroud math. The last,
I love it because got to be a rocket scientist to figure this out.
As he says, the last one, which is should not be reset by logging out for a few seconds and logging back in, makes it tricky. So since they have to save the state, it is impractical to just write out a log of all the stuff you killed in the last hour with a timestamp. That would quickly become a serious burden on the server and be a ton of data to write out. To achieve nearly the same result with just 2 values, here's the design that he came up with. Reminder, players don't need to know the implementation just when it impacts them. Grad math. First number is the XP accumulator value. Second number is server time you last gain experience. So the math works something like this. When the player gains experience from killing something, questing doesn't count, it does the following. It calculates the hours since last XP gain times 1 million XPS and subtracts it from the accumulator, but accumulator can't be below 0. Note, hours will almost certainly be a tiny number like 0.0083 if you're killing stuff every 30 seconds. If the accumulator is greater than 500,000, if yes, decrease the amount to be given out on a sliding curve based on how much beyond 1 million, with a theoretical max of around 2 million.
That for the accumulator?
Okay, so I have a problem with this. Because...
yeah, well, we're not the first ones who are going to
Tell us about the accumulator.
So, if you start off like a 5-minute slaughter fest, and it appears that you are on target to slaughter more than 1 million XP an hour, it's kicking in a curve? Is that what he's saying?
I don't think that kicks in for half an hour, though.
Depends on the accumulator.
It doesn't say anywhere for the half an hour. So it subtracts 1 million XPS an hour spread out over the hour.
It says the 500,000 number is basically to
Oh,
give players
yeah,
half an
yeah.
hour buffer before they start reducing the XP.
Yeah. So the reality is you could log in and earn 1.5 million XP in the first hour, log out for half an hour, come right back and do it again and never have reduced XP. Also, you could early 500 XPS in 2 minutes and never see a penalty. If you don't understand the math, don't sweat it. Just know that you can average 1 million XP an hour, and if you go too far over that over a long period of time, you'll start seeing diminishing returns for XP.
Throttle down.
So is this like the diminishing returns of XP from slaughtering the same thing over and over again that you were supposed to have? Or is it the diminishing returns of crafting to where it just went from, okay, you're earning 200 to craft down to 5 XP
10.
a craft in like 5 seconds? Is it that diminishing returns or the non-existent slaughtering the same thing over and over?
Well, this just might be the answer to one of those questions, but that we'll actually probably never really understand. Now, in the crafting side of that, yeah, I mean, that needs a lot of loving.
What?
When
Crafting
you
needs lots of
go
love?
from-
Yes, it does.
When you go from that 200 to that 20, over just a short period of time of experience, you would think it would be the other way around. You would gain more experience the better you were. Yeah. But, yeah.
I don't know, but
what do I know?
I need to find a party or 3 at those control points and just hang out and like belly dance in the middle of all the mobs. And I also wonder if that's going to make the Obsidian Forge that much more entertaining now.
Well, the Forge, I was down there.
Not a control.
I want to say 2-3
Obsidian
weeks
Forge
ago.
is a control point.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Well, doesn't it settle down after a while?
Well, it's not supposed to.
Not before.
What happens is if the Forge is not actively being used, was the experience. It slows down to a basic pace. If somebody is actively in the process of using the Forge, the longer they use the Forge, the more intense the spawn and fighting gets. So every time somebody was actually in the Forge, we were fighting. Yeah, when they weren't in the Forge, we were able to clear the room, if that makes sense.
I don't know how it works now. I haven't been there for a while.
I don't know. I just know some people were out there and they were crafting and they're like called me out because I needed a healer, and then by the time I got there, like it had settled down. They were fine, but I don't know. I don't know what the specifics were.
It's pretty interesting.
They'll fix it all
Big
again.
Beardy Gaming, welcome. And good evening, if that's what it is to you over there.
Yeah, Drogger.
High noon around here. Or
Yes.
reasonable facsimile thereof.
Okay, well, let's see where we at.
Oh, I don't know. What else we got for the boys and girls out there? Of course, we do have, again, the Community Spotlight was just announced. The upcoming Community Spotlight of White Rock.
Yeah. Community Spotlight coming on. Yeah.
You get to see yet another player-owned town, and
that's right.
Get a virtual tour of it. They're located where? It's an interesting little location.
I clicked off that tab and I was looking at.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
It's governed by Cypher Black. Hey, I've met Cypher Black.
Indeed.
Yeah. So it is going to be to the. That looks like. Over by Exeter, over by Black Rock Cove. Yes.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, over by the docks by Black Rock Cove. Just for you. Since you can't see that map. But I just refreshed the release notes to see if any more information had come out. And now I have to find out where I was at again.
Hate when that happens.
Yeah, I think we're at crafting and economy. If you want to talk about that for a few minutes.
Oh, I'd actually. I had forgotten all about that. Hold on one
You
moment.
forgot all about that thing, the Release 49 notes that are coming. Don't forget, Release 49 is not coming until next Thursday.
Next week,
But
week from today, boys
the
and
QA
girls.
server
That's right.
is up. It is available for everybody to log into. Just download the QA client, and then you'll be able to install it and patch it and do other weird things. If you use Steam to launch the QA client, you actually have, it's a scary process because you have to launch the beta. Then if you want to go into the live client, you have to change it back to the regular client. And so it's a lot easier to just download the QA client by itself.
Also, on another note, I don't know if you caught it, and I don't know how many people. I really haven't heard much except for the official announcement that Discord integration has been disabled inside the game due to a recent update on how they authenticate. So, for those of you who were, we tried it out. It really wasn't.
That's down below. Discord removal. I mean, we haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, I didn't even know that was there. I was just
that's in the patch. That's in the notes.
I better refresh then.
Yeah. Killing me, Smalls. Killing me.
Where were we?
Crafting and economy.
Crafting and economy.
Yeah, as Laz jumps the gun. Crafting and economy. Don't forget, unique components will continue to be added that can be gained by salvaging weapons from certain enemies. These new components offer unique effects that can only be gained by using them as components in gear while crafting. Insert list here. There's now a sign section in the crafting book. Good luck trying to figure out what tab that is. Yeah.
How about a search? How about a search there?
It's a decoration
Search function
of the carpentry section of the book. Yeah, that crafting book needs a lot of work.
Write that down list.
The broken tool indicator is back. They now indicate when you have a broken tool with an on-screen icon when you're
You mean me not being able to mine isn't a big enough indicator for me to understand my tool is broken? Really?
Yeah.
Another icon.
If they're going to do that, they need to give us a better way to like access and repair all our equipped tools.
Why? Carry repair kits or
I
always
carry prosperity tools. Make it even easier.
Get credit for it.
Carry extra tools.
Credit for it.
I don't carry extra tools.
I'm working on mining, so I don't have the prosperities loaded because I don't want all the extra bonuses right now.
That 3% extra bonus. Yeah, it's huge.
It's huge.
New recipes and patterns. Several of the recipes we are adding this release are craftable versions of the winter holiday items or items we added to the Make a Difference store last release. That includes wooden runic letters, the clock tower, gingerbread and gingerbread house, wheelchair, operating table, sled, the 2017 gift box, Yule wreath, Yule stockings, Yule garland, and the skull sword. Man, I miss looting those things. The supply cache is...
They're not going to be as rare now, or is that original one still going to be supposedly?
I don't know, but...
Don't know.
I miss that thing. I'd collect like 50 of them, then go sell them, and hey, I'm rich. Supply cache was updated, so the supply cache reward now has been updated to match the starting recipes. What? Yeah. Quest items on crafting tables. Quest items can now be placed on crafting tables via the drag and drop, whereas previously this could only be accomplished by double-clicking on the recipe. That's a bug fix. This is critical for finishing the game because near the end you put together some broken lenses to form...
Spoilers!
I'm not telling you where to do that, Hilt.
Spoiler!
Hilt. Oops. So that actually brings up an interesting thing. If they're changing that to hilt in order to craft that lens as part of the final thing, how are you supposed to be able to do that in single player?
Good luck.
I don't know if you actually. I mean, I haven't run it in that. Yeah.
Well, you haven't run it since they made that change.
Configuration.
Yeah.
Maybe there's no aggro. Maybe no aggro or something.
No, but it's in order to reassemble those lenses, you're supposed to go to the Hilt Forge, and the Hilt Forge is kind of like a control point in the fact that it spawns monsters over and over
Well,
again.
maybe there's like a special instance if you're on that quest.
That was my thought, Marguerite. Is like, the intro scenes once you've done them, or if you haven't done them the first time you enter it with, you will get
special instance.
But that becomes odd.
Well, I forget what it was we were talking about, but there was discussion of what happens if somebody who doesn't have the cloak now wants to go down with a party, and as they go in, they get instants off because of that type of flag. So, gonna be interesting to see how they figure that out, because, again, say somebody hasn't been on the quest and they go down and they do instance it out, could be a big problem.
Instance management. It's all the instance management. That's all.
We shall find out. The players will figure out a solution.
Somebody's going to figure it out. It's not going to be
somebody will figure it out.
Kitty's playing with the green screen now. Awesome.
Hey.
I can't wait for everybody to see that I did not make my bed today.
You never make your bed.
I do occasionally, like after I change my sheets.
The cat's bed?
Yeah. Let's see. Where was I at? The riposte masterwork was fixed. They removed deprecated riposte defense masterwork. Any existing item with this effect now instead has the effect of archaic riposte power.
What?
Riposte power. Yeah, you know what I mean? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, that wasn't my thought. That came from, I believe, Justin. But interesting. Again, we'll see what they do with that.
It happened to him in Cruel? Huh.
He's been separated out in an instance in the scenario that I had just explained. That may be, but again, we'll have to see how they handle the hilt thing.
Yeah. So, Ikonda says he's been put into private solo instances, so which will be different than the party. But what happens if you just want to go down there with a party? I mean, it's stupid.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I
Hello.
know, stupid shit.
Checkbox. Just use a checkbox.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Then the Shadow Form enchantment fix. The Shadow Form length enchantment now correctly modifies Shadow Form duration. And scraps stacking when salvaging several items at a time. The scraps now stack properly. It was working until they broke it, and now it's working again. Yeah.
I hate it when that happens.
Then user interface polish.
I tell you.
Eventually, you'll be able to move your health bar around, but that's going to happen in about 10 years.
Must be a really long honeymoon.
It is
That's
an
all
extremely
I gotta
long
say.
honeymoon for Wizard Smoke. Okay, he's still puff passing around the...
Well, yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah. So, points of interest and quest locations on the overworld. Some discoverable points of interest and a few quest locations will now show up on the compass on the overworld. This is ongoing data test, so this will expand to include all the quest tasks and points of interest over the next few releases. You can manage how many are visible at any time by hiding specific tasks. Yeah.
One at a time.
Then
that
they'll
turn
eventually
back.
do something with that journal thing on the left-hand side that brings
That's
it up.
the hiding specific tasks.
Yeah, but
and again,
what
right
happens
now
if-
you can only.
What happens if I want them all visible?
Well, again, you can turn them off one at a time. There's no mess.
I want them all visible all at the same time.
And there's no bringing them back that I understand once you've turned them off. But anyway, we'll figure it out.
Well, it's got like a little checkbox, but then it's like I try to click it, and it doesn't work. It's like click, 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 click. Nothing happens. Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. Here's my task box. So if I click on that.
Then after that,
Yeah.
where was I at? Where was I at?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Click
And
the
bring
box.
the task up.
How do I hide it?
Bug.
Yeah. Then let's see. Cardinal direction sorting. Once you pick up a lot of tasks and points of interest, the cardinal directions on your compass can be quickly obscured. Now, when you hover over your cursor over the compass, the tasks and points of interest icons will temporarily fade so you can see the cardinal directions. To me, that's the reverse of what it should be. It should show the cardinal directions with the blue thing behind it. Not have the blue thing obscure it.
The one option.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a layer. I mean, but I can't say I agree with the
design considerations.
Well, putting all that in town stuff on the overworld, don't get me started.
Hey, maybe they should soda
all
map
the blue,
it.
all the blue sparkles. Just now there's an idea. There's an idea.
Soda map it, and then from there, just put the guy as a waving blue thing. Because
put a big sparkle over the towns that have quests involved. Interesting idea.
That's all.
Use that soda map integration.
It's all Jack's fault.
Yeah. Don't do it up top. Do it in soda map. Then let's see. Where was I at? Where was I at? I have.
Where were you
idea. Multiple entry points from the overworld. Blah. Laz doesn't like it, but they've made some improvements to that functionality.
Now I tell you what is I've come to a couple towns where I've actually found that of use. So
what? Laz has found something of use.
Horse.
Yeah.
I go downtown. You don't want to walk through the damn forest.
I like it. I like it just because I get to choose.
Well,
when to go in.
like entering into the Twin Foothills to get to the Exeter Mines. You can now enter from the east, and it's a short jaunt right around the corner up to the mine entrance instead of coming in the south entrance and having to run the whole scene. Okay, there's an advantage there.
Yeah.
But now I tell that right now there's this happens with Moongate with the portals. The portal's going to one of the towns. It actually gives you an entrance choice, which is quite clearly a bug.
Yeah, the lunar rifts should not.
Lunar rift, thank you.
Should not be doing that. Yeah.
So that's testing.
Ooh. But let's see. I actually missed one. NP.
What did you miss? What did you miss,
I don't know. NPC quest discovery tooltips. The names now update properly. Yeah. Then actually, let's see. Compass quest sparkles. These now increase and decrease in intensity based on your range from the target. Discord removal, as Laz already spoiled this for us.
I didn't realize it was in here. As tell you the truth, I missed that in my first.
Well, it may have been added later.
It was posted in the forums, and when you were talking about the Steam integration back and forth, it just reminded me I had seen it, and blah 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 blah.
Yep.
Blah 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 blah.
Blah. New in-game maps, several of them. In-game maps, arrow directions. They fixed incorrect arrow directions in a bunch of mini in-game maps.
Including
blah 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 blah. Al's head.
So I didn't realize that was map specific.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was map specific either.
I just figured it took your character and said, hey, is character facing? And, yeah.
Yep. So
Do it a thunk.
telethon and holiday content, they added the Release 47 telethon items and more 2017 holiday items. Don't forget the Children's Miracle Network hospitals and Doctors Without Borders items. Those are available on the add-on store. Just go to the Make a Difference section. Woohoo! And Release 47 post-mortem telethon, including that the tribble for your head. You can always put that on.
Trouble with tribbles.
Yes. Winter items from Release 48. They added a bunch of winter items to the add-on store. In Release 49, they're adding a few winter recurring items, as well as a bunch of craftable items. Load time reduction. They're trying to get Led Zepp out of the bathroom a little bit quicker.
I know. Some of those, sir.
Yeah. In scenes with a large amount of decorations and player houses, NPCs were being delayed by the loading of those assets. They have optimized loading of NPCs so they are not competing with player houses and decorations during scene loads. So whenever you log into a scene, now you're going to have to wait a minute for the vendors to appear. I don't really see that as being a fix.
Oh, I don't know.
That freaked me out on QA, though. I was looking for the tailor, and Al said I thought it was gone.
Like half an hour later, the queue spawned in. So why are we doing the
That's not me. I didn't do it.
Got me.
With the proper PvP-ness.
It was, luckily it was only the short version and not the full 2-minute long.
Yeah.
But maybe that's a hint that
it's a hint. It's time for something else.
They're telling you to
move. He's talking about commercials, Marguerite. Commercial time.
Yeah. Don't forget the
time to move it right along.
Time for Laz to move it right along to...
Yeah, tell everybody about that wonderful NBNN Shroud of the Avatar app we have available so that you can take Shroud with you while you travel throughout your day. Not at your PC and want to catch up on the latest forum posts. You want to read what's happening in and around town. You want to shop the marketplace. You want to take a look at something on Soda Map. Need a little help, sodahelp.org. Or you want to come chat with somebody, Discord links. And, of course, you want to see what's going on. When you get back in front of your PC, we have the NBNN Shroud of the Avatar Community Calendar. But you can get the app on the Google Play Store, the Apple iTunes Store, or the Amazon App Store for all your electronic devices. And, of course, today's Community Calendar.
Brought to you by... I have no idea.
Tequila Thursday.
That's right. Community Calendar is an aggregate
brought to you by whoever manufactures these items.
Yes. Don't forget, the Community Calendar is an aggregate of all of the available community calendars that Laz knows about. That means that it's a bunch of different calendars that have all been brought together.
All been put together to let you know who's doing what. That's right.
If you have a Google public calendar related to Shroud of the Avatar, or if you want to add events to the Shroud community calendar, you can email news@nbnn.info, and eventually that guy over there, he will do something with it, and I will eventually have to read off those events, if I so deem that I'm going to read them off. All times in the community calendar are Central Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as Nude Britannia Time.
Nude Britannia Time. Dudden 771, welcome.
Yes. Are we ready for the all-important announcement about what happens Monday through Fridays, 12s and 6s around the clock on Radio Free Britannia?
WRFB, Radio Free Britannia.
Yes, that's when you can listen to two idiots interpreting the news, so you don't have to... on lunch with us.
That's right.
Yes. 7 p.m. this evening, you can always join Kazan Phoenix Fire or Malhari for the Phoenix Republic PvE nights and go explore all kinds of different places.
PvE.
Yeah. At 7 p.m. on Radio Free Britannia.
WRFB.
Is the 70s at 7. At 8 p.m., be prepared
nurse.
to have your ear holes massaged by none other than Nurse Justin for Unmedicated Schizophrenia Part 2.
Duh.
That's right.
Duh.
She will, last night you had your ear holes probed. Now it's time to have them massaged.
I tell you what, Eclipse was having a good time last night. Of course,
when does she not
was
have
wandering.
a good time?
She was wandering around the town. I got dragged around, but there was a treasure chest hunt being done in the town as well.
Oh.
During happy hour. I don't know whether it was in conjunction with happy hour, but she was reading off all the information as she was exploring and enjoying the scene as well. And just amazing to see what the avatars do out there. But happy hour was fun.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, we're going to have a good time.
I can't remember what I was doing during
tonight.
happy hour. Oh, I was crafting last night during happy hour.
You were at the crafting tables when I left.
Hey, but I did log off eventually. And then after that, don't forget the final event of the evening is going to be on Radio Free Britannia.
WRFB.
And that's going to be the record room. And that's our community calendar for this Torta Thursday, December 7th, in Shroud of the Avatar.
Of the Avatar. That's right. Now, of course, don't forget, if you want to come and join us, we are here 5 days a week. That is most weeks, of course, except for when we decide to take a day off. No.
Oh, yeah.
We have to do something. We have IRL get in the way, of course. We don't always do the 5 day week, but we've been doing it for almost 3 years now, Jack. We're coming up on an anniversary. We got to start thinking about here. Yeah, it is. And of course, holidays coming up. We got to talk about the holiday schedule. We'll keep you guys up to date on that here in a while, probably like the day before.
Anytime we're taking a day off, it's the day before. Or that day.
We are the only show on the air that invites you to come join us here every day and tell us what's going on in your world. Join in the conversation, hang out on the studio lot and join in the shenanigans. And just have a good time here in Trinity Avatar. Jack and I are here throughout the day.
It sucks.
That's right. I love this shit. We're here throughout the day answering questions and lending a helping hand as well. So if you're wondering what to do and you're just looking for some help or just somebody to say hi to, we're usually hanging out here in the NBNN Discord.
Yep.
Don't forget, going on Master of the Forge through December 16th. All the auctions are being hosted by proud sponsor Shroud Marketplace, hosting the Airy Fun Master of the Forge auctions. And there's some great stuff out there on the auction site. We'll show you a little bit of that in just a moment. And of course, you don't want to be involved in the auctions. You can go directly to airyfun.org and donate direct there. Coil more wands, putting the magic in your hands. Custom wands and staves made just for you. Scrota's music service. Scrota, you here? I know he was earlier. It's
Yellow.
Scrota. It's music and it's a service.
Music is lagging me out.
$5, Scrota will service you anywhere.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw it on Shroud Marketplace.
Britannia Mining Company wants you to come check out all the vendors out in Black Rock Cove, up on Market Road, or through the bazaars located throughout the town. You can get your shopping done. If you're a crafter, all the crafted materials you need are going to be found out there at the same low price across the board, up on Market Road, and of course located in the Quell region right next to the town of Exeter. the Etzer mines, and Elysium mines in convenient locations nearby. Yay!
Yay!
All you miners. Oops. RelicsByRiddle.com for all your licensed Shroud of the Avatar swag. Looking for t-shirts, looking for hats, looking for patches, looking to get your hands on the NBNN I Love This Shit bumper sticker. You can go out to RelicsByRiddle.com and check out all the licensed swag they've got. He's got beer glasses, shot glasses, coffee mugs, hoodies, hats, patches, coinage, you name it, Rill's got it. And of course, if you like to save a little money when you shop, you can mention us, NBNN. Use the promo code NBNN and you check out, and of course, you'll save 10% when you check out at relicsbyriddle.com. Stop playing with the kitty. Kitty! Kitty!
She wants to be played with.
WRFB Radio Free Britannia, bringing you the latest in news and entertainment round the clock right here in New Britannia. Don't forget, we got DJ Nurse Justin coming up this evening for you. Last night we had Eclipse Maiden and the Sarah and Andar show. Omen Crow, House of Omen, coming up Friday and Saturday nights for your late night grind. Wake up, New Britannia, every Saturday morning. The GNC Top 20 every Monday with areas. And of course, Laz and Jack 5 days a week on the airwaves for you.
Hey, what happens if someone wants to become a DJ? Who do they contact?
Some guy, I don't know.
Okay.
They contact WRFB.
Okay. That guy?
There's contact information out on the WRFB website.
WRFB.rocks.
WRFB.rocks. That's right. And of course, Shroud Marketplace. ShroudMarketplace.com. Sean Butts cheering 1,000 bits. My man. Thank you very, very much.
Sean.
Absolutely. That's
awesome.
That's real sweet. 1,000 bits from Sean Butts. And of course, ShroudMarketplace.com for all your virtual vendable needs. And of course, proud supporter of the Airy Funds charity auctions happening through December 16th. And Jack's going to tell you a little bit about that.
Yeah, don't forget Shroud Marketplace.
Or a lot about
is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related.
You, Sean.
Definitely go check out the latest vendor, Hexed Media, because you know what? They get it. He's put up a bunch of stuff already.
We're going to show the newest vendor. Gotta love
Hexed Media's shop. I love the fact that he's got like blowout prices, half off sale, wow sale, all kinds of stuff that he's put up there.
Become an instant millionaire.
That's right. Become an instant millionaire.
You too can become an instant millionaire.
Yes. Then from there, every single vendor is responsible for setting their own prices, maintaining their own inventory. As soon as you check out, that vendor gets paid and they deliver the item. In a couple of years, you know what? No chargebacks.
You want to sell your goods, you put them up, when somebody buys them, you get paid. No
That's
questions asked.
And
you
then-
deliver the goods, everybody's happy.
That's right.
It's a beautiful thing.
And
I tell you.
that's
Really,
anything and everything Shroud of the Avatar related.
just make sure your PayPal address is correct to get paid, though.
Absolutely. Make sure that address is correct. From accounts to game gold, all the way to artifacts, expired houses, expired basements, expired everything, including telethon rewards, all the way to
There's
services.
just about everything you can ask for out there.
You know what? That Hertha Britannia is still out on Shroud Marketplace. If you're looking for one.
At discount prices, these are below add-on store prices for most things. I can't
lot of
talk
things,
about
yeah.
that for the expired things.
You know what? I love the fact that there's services out there. Like if you need some help training, if you want to get GM mining really quickly, you can always.
I like cheesy
I know.
writing.
MG Unity's got that.
Writing.
Yeah, Mal's Power Hour or Armelian's XP boost. The cheesy writing, which is the best thing out there, just because you know what, putting all that cheese together is a punishment. But Drager does an awesome job through.
That's right.
Shroud Marketplace and Wolfdom Shop.
Sir Langs, how you doing?
And don't forget to check out Sir Lang's shop as well on Shroud Marketplace. That is Zendik.
He's just popping in on chat there. It's
a
little late, but better late than never. He's here almost just in time to hear us say goodbye. But
don't forget.
Let's finish up with
that wedding place for those in-game weddings.
And more guy, this guy over here. That's right. Not just weddings, but a whole lot more. Of course, we got your virtue and collectible armor sets and wearables, as well as teleports and recalls. Some other Telethon weapons, of course, services. Service with a smile. If you need to get hitched in game,
happy endings.
Gotta come see. I've got all the different tuxedos except for gold. Sorry, and wedding gowns for your event. I can take care of the whole wedding party. We can give you a venue as big or as small as you want, and your own custom wedding vows. Only at Weddings and More by Lazarus.
And that's right.
And of course, that time.
Yeah. If you want to become a vendor and start selling your stuff on Shroud Marketplace, register for an account, then click on vendor registration. You too can start selling your goods. But it is that time for us to thank the most important people. That is you guys hanging out with us in Discord.
Love you,
Sean
guys.
Butts for that awesome cheer on
Sean, I tell you, buddy,
channel.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Send some love
thank
my
you.
way. My channel. Need some love.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, I got to tell them to stop using those bits, man. They accumulate, and it takes forever to get paid off those things.
Oh yeah.
You really want to support us? Go right out there. Use
Donate.
the PayPal direct.
Donate. Yes. But then also don't forget that you can also, we have to thank everybody watching out on Twitch, YouTube, listening on Radio Free Britannia. We couldn't do the show without you guys, and we do it for you guys. So thank you.
That's right.
Love you.
Love you guys. And of course, we'll be back with more here on NBNN tomorrow with the weekend roundup. It's Friday. We'll see what kind of trouble we can keep ourselves out of while we bring you the weekend's list of events and much, much more. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye. The cat left the room.
Yay!
Yay!
Woohoo!
Me love you long time.